Hey everyone. Here's my kitty. She's right here too. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, really? Oh, hold on. She jumped on me right now. Right now, you jumped on me. Mm. Hi everyone. I tried to be like go live earlier, a little bit ago, and then it disappeared. Like my setup, like when I set up my live, it disappeared. But I was gonna do this, just chat with you guys, and it's a new moon today in Scorpio, and it's just gonna put these in the soil. So I have laid them out here yesterday to dry them. So that's what we're gonna do. Look at this girl. She does love Mama so much. He's my new girl. My new babies. She's grown so much. She's gotten so big, haven't you? You've grown so much. All right, let's go do the work. I'm gonna see if I can hang on to this camera. Hmm? Can I come to help, Mama? Okay. So I just gotta take these over there. I've got my soil over there ready. My back is still sore, so I'm not back to normal yet, guys. That's why I'm having a hard time sitting. I'm having a hard time sleeping. So I'm just doing things I'm still moving around and stuff just so I don't get stiff. Anyways, I've got that there. It's just a lid, like it's for a bottom of a pot, and that's going to be good to start these off on some of them. And I've also got that right there that I've also I'm going to sit on the ground today. I made this with a sweater and some cement. It's very pretty on the bottom, but yeah. So we're just gonna stick these in here. So we'll start with this one. And we're gonna do where we cut it yesterday. So we let it dry overnight. Let them dry out again so a little bit. So then this will create a root right here. The middle part of these create a root. So I want to stick it in the dirt to at least about the first node. So cover the first node, and we're just gonna start sticking them in. The soil should be able to just stick them in. Soil isn't that hard. Maybe I should get a little pen or something and just kind of stick, because I think your finger is going to be too big. Yeah, a finger hole is too much. But I should set the camera up on the stand so then I can use both my hands. I run this channel by myself. So when I'm out of service, when my body gives out, then nobody does nothing on here. So it's just me. All right, let's put you guys in here. Let's put you in there. All right, let's slide this in here. Hopefully we stay on while I do this. My back is killing me. I pulled my muscles the other day because I vacuumed and I bent over, was vacuuming, bending over, and I really pulled a muscle. Happy hump day, anyways. I'm hoping, like, it's been 3 days since I pulled my muscle, and it's starting to slowly get better, but it still hurts. So, and we still got lots of snow outside, so it's a good day to just do some replanting and just taking it easy. And so we're just gonna keep sticking these in the dirt. So like And then we're gonna chat. Whoever comes in, let's chat. Let's chit chat. We got lots of them over here, so I should put them somewhere where you guys can see them. Okay. When people come in here, then they can see what I'm doing. So then I got some that are like double like this, so I'm gonna get it put it right to about there into the dirt. And you can use your fingers to kind of put a hole, or if they're like the solid ones, like the bigger ones you can just stick them in and they will grow. What are you playing with over there? Don't play with that. Don't play with that, baby. That's not cool. That's a little razor. I don't want you playing with that. Mm-mm. You stay safe, little one. She is so curious, my kitty cat, my little phoenix. She's a very curious kitty cat. But yeah, I pull my muscle and on my right, like right, my hip right there, and it really hurts. Like it hurts to sleep, it hurts to sit on anything. So I made this like sponge seat over here behind me to do some readings, and still I'm not comfortable enough. I need to. So yeah, if I do it or like a 12 sign reading, I'll be really sore, you know. So I'm just trying to take it easy, and I'm also not have not been doing my yoga and stretching because I don't want to pull any more muscles right now. Hello, Miley. Welcome. So we're just creating a cool plant. This is an Easter cactus that I'm propagating. Good time to do that is when it's not in blooming season, right? It's a good time to do that. And then we can create more of them and I can share them with others, right? Grab a little more dirt. Oh, I'm getting dirt on me. Every time I play with dirt, I end up making a mess. Where are you from? Thanks for being here. Hello, hello. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for subscribing. This is kind of my life channel. Like I kind of like it's gonna eventually when I start like editing videos and stuff, it'll become more of a vlog channel. But right now, just trying to keep it going and trying to build it right now with everything that I do. Eventually, I want to become like nomadic, kind of travel and do the nomad stuff. But right now, I'm not financially stable enough to do that yet. And I don't have a vehicle. So I gotta just build my channels and then it'll all happen, right? That's what I hope for. This, I need more pure light too for my plants because they need good draining soil. This is, oh, now they're all on the floor. Okay, whatever. This is a good way to like nurture yourself. Like just do something that's not hard to do, but you know, it'll bring you joy later when you see it grow. Like the Christmas cactus is Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus, whatever it is blooming right now. It's so beautiful. I've had a few of my different types of plants that have bloomed at different times, and I enjoy every bloom that I see because most of my plants are very green. And then when I see a bloom, I get so excited about it. I get really excited when I see a bloom on any plant. So I've had like I got the prayer plant, and when it got blooms, it's got such delicate little white flowers when it blooms. And then I got this other one. I don't know what it even is called, but it has a beautiful big red flower, and it only blooms like every couple of years. Um, that one's resting right now, and it did try to grow, and then it just grew like two, and then one. Or no, it just grew one, and then I don't know. It was just growing weird. So I cut that one off and then I put it back in the dark and just let it rest for a bit. I have to do more research on that plant. That was a gift. That lady gave it to me. And then when I first saw it bloom, it's bloomed twice. It's bloomed twice, 2 years in a. I think it was 2 years in a row. It bloomed and then it stopped. But yeah. And then I got like the Easter. I mean, I got the peace lily, and when she blooms, she's a beautiful white, beautiful white bloom flower. And then what other ones to bloom? Uh, I don't know if snake. I have nice snake plants. I don't think snake plants ever bloom, but this one has never bloomed yet. But I never really knew how to do that, like how to make them turn them into blooming. So what you want to do is I think you got to put them in the dark for like 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever, or even like a couple days. Put your plant in the dark, and then bring it back into the light, and then I guess it'll start blooming, something like that. Some of them are like that. But I started like I've propagated this plant before. That's why I have like a really big one right there. I'll show you guys right above me. I got one. You see it right there? That one. And then I have the other one. I turned it around. They got the other one right there. That's the one I cut all of these off of. And then it's living with the other cactus, the one that's blooming right now, with that beautiful, beautiful bloom right there. That one bloom is all the way out, and she's so pretty. But yeah, I kind of show her on every. I kind of show her like on a lot of lives that I come on. I don't know where everybody is today. What is going on? Here we go. Why is it doing that? Okay. Let's keep on planting. Let's keep on planting. Yeah, I don't know where people are anymore. Like YouTube is being weird. Like, so I set up a live, and then what happened was it just disappeared on me. The live that I set up, it just disappeared on me. And so I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, I want to get this done because I cut them all yesterday and I want to get done. And I shared that part on the YouTube, and I said I would be back to share with you guys while I did it, while I replanted them. And so here I am. I tried to do what I say I'm going to do, but I'm still healing my body right now. My body is kind of sore. My back is really sore. And it's because I pulled a damn muscle. Excuse my language. Pain makes you kind of upset. Pain. I don't like pain. But welcome everyone. Who's this? Hi. Real question. Do ladies prefer it, guys, with a six pack or overweight guys with money? Depending on the person you talk to, I guess. Like if a girl is materialistic, she won't care about the guy's health, so she'll take the guy with the money, right? But if like you're with someone that cares about you, if you're like unhealthy looking, like if you're unhealthy, it has nothing to do with the looks of like being overweight. But if you're unhealthy, a girl that loves you may want you to like change the way you eat or do things or just be more active or just do more things that and you enjoy. I don't know. That's how I would say. I don't prefer people that have like I'm not a money person. I want to be able to um comfortably survive in life, but I never ever dreamed of being famous or rich. And I only come on YouTube to share a lot of things and to uh like my other channel, my original channel, is more based on mental health and stuff like that, and living by example when you've gone through depression and grief and stuff like that. So that's kind of my channel is based on, and I do use like cards to help me um to get to the story, you know what I mean, get through the story without having to use all of me, all of my mind to do it, because it's hard being having feeling all those things from other people. So if you just can shut that off, learn to shut that off, you can help more people. That's what I'm trying to do. Is like showing people that there is still life after, we're supposed to still like live our life after we lose people. We'll see them again in a different dimension, and we may not see them, but they're always with us in our heart. They're always in our heart, in our mind. When we think about them, that's called telepathy. So if telepathy is real and you feel like the person is around you, then obviously they want you to know that, right? So if your loved ones are around you, they'll have different ways that they'll let you know, right? And that helps you to heal too. Even when we're grieving, a lot of times, a lot of people don't know how to be around us, or don't know how to act with us or whatever, and so we end up being left alone and isolated and all that, and it's not good to be isolated when you're grieving. But to know that you're not alone, that does really help you. Like, even though they're not physically, people aren't physically there, or your ancestors, your angels, they're not physically there, but they're always there, you know, and they will give you nudges to not give up. So like that's what's helped me, is the archangel, me calling in the archangels when I need help, or even when I'm doing my readings, I call in the archangels, because I don't want all these responsibilities of my gifts that have kind of made me feel like I've I've been cursed with like things that all these things, and then you can't help nobody that you're getting the messages from, like because some people aren't open, or they're scared, or whatever, they're not ready to accept things, or whatever it is, right? It's hard sometimes just to be wait for people to come to you, to need you. But yeah, I'd like to have like a place where I could do that, like where I didn't have to, do that at home, do that in my own home. So I can literally have a normal life too, where I just, do normal stuff, and I just do my normal channel on my normal life. I do want to help the community that I live in, like, where I am, but it's been the last 7 years. I'd love to have to help this community, because I know a lot of the pain that this community has gone through, and communities around here too, and the losses and everything, and the things that people have suffered, because I've suffered it too. So, but I've learned that even when you fall alone, somebody has to bring change. Somebody has to like show others that you can get through it with some support. And then I started my channel, and you know, it hasn't been easy. The channel hasn't been, easy, but I'm trying to stay positive. So I call in positive other people into my channel too. It's how we act on our channel. Those are the type of people that will be drawn to our channel, right? So act according to even in life, like act according to the people that you want in your life, that act accordingly, because if we act a certain way and we don't want certain things in our life, that's what's going to come in our life if we act a certain way. So, and right now is a full moon in Scorpio, which is, it's all about like peace and healing all of the things that you have lost, and like you've gone through, because Scorpio is major um, transformation energy, um, endings and new beginnings, right? There may be things that may have ended a long time ago, and they just finally, you're just saying, all right, well, it's nothing's been happening for so many years, and it's there's time to like just end that situation, right? Could be in, a love partner or whatever. It could be a job, it could be whatever, right? So I think a lot of us are going through that right now. It's like, there's a certain time you spent in a certain place and nothing happened, and and it wasn't due to your own, you know, it wasn't due to you or anything you did, but it's that's all the help that you can do in that place. So maybe move on, right? That's where I'm at right now. Like I'm just waiting for my channels to blow up so I can, you know, move on, move forward in my life and move to places that I've never been and I'd love to be at and just like travel and see if I find my forever home, where I want to spend a lot of my life, the rest of my life, or whatever. You know, I want to be where I feel good for the next, 50 years of my life or so. I want to be where I feel good, not where I have to be. Not where I have to be because of situations that I don't have to be there anymore for. Like if situations has ended, then, we can move on. And, sometimes the universe will show you in different ways of like the universe will show you in different ways of why you need to just like go forward in your life. They'll just show you different ways and you won't regret it, because if you've been trying and trying to do something and it's not working, then let the universe send you something new, different, something that loves you, you know, as well. All right, look at this. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So we got that. And I'll show you what it looks like from the other side. Not bad looking for when you first plant them, but that'll be good. And then I got this one over here. These are just going to be planted in here until they start getting roots, and then I'll be planting them into little pots and stuff as well. So you can plant them this way with the way I've been doing, or you can also plant them laying them down, but that might take longer because every node will get a root eventually, right? But we're going to do it the way I've been doing it. Just kind of cover them about like that. My channel may not always be the most exciting channel, but it is always the most honest channel. So I can tell you that, like, I don't pretend on here. I don't. I'm not an actress. I never wanted to be an actress, so I don't pretend. I'm real. And I think we need more real people in the world that don't want to just pretend. They just actually want to be real. And because the AI is already doing enough pretending, And like, so my voice, like my voice to text, I use that because it's just easier for me than sitting there typing. I'm not a typer. I don't like typing. So I've always used voice to text. So even when I set up my live stream, I use voice to text. And today and like yesterday, something happened and I think it changed my language or something because it said something about a different language while I was saying it. And then I was like, what the heck? And so it's like, I almost feel like things are taking over your shit and just changing our settings on there, like without us, without permission, just without instincts. Like I think things are changing our settings, and then if we don't know a lot about computers or even the new technology, then we don't know what the heck is going on with our shit, and that's been technical problems with my shit too. Like been having a lot of technical problems. They want me to like upload Windows 11 now or something like that. And I'm just like, I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. Like my son used to help me and he's like far away. And so he can't even see what is going on and he can't take a look at it. And so that really sucks for me right now as a content creator. So I'm just like not freaking out. I'm just like doing what God is guiding me to do as I'm waiting. This is kind of like my waiting period. I could kind of do nothing or I could do something like this. Like that's what I'm doing right now. Because I can't just do nothing because then your channel ends up being like put in the like, in the back garage or whatever you want to call it on YouTube. And it's hard to pull it out of the garage again. I don't know. I just used that definition. Why I use that, I don't know. But yeah, so if you're a content creator, you understand what I mean by saying that. But why is this one not standing up? Stand up. Stand up. Let's get you up. Standing up. But it can be quite frustrating when everything you do requires technology to be working properly. It's really frustrating for me. And I'm doing it all by myself. I wish I had like a little partner. A little tech partner. That'd be cool. There we go. Oh, those are only a couple. I was going to do some more cutting on that one. So I got lots of room here in this to put some more, but these ones are not going to stay here. They're just going to be propagating. And then I'm going to water them. I'm just going to put her right there right now. Hopefully the kitty leaves it alone. And then we got this one. Coffee can lids work great for the bottom of pots. So that's why I have those. And now we got that done. Oh, hey, Wanda. Oh, I need to stretch out. My back is still killing me and I'm just trying to like relax. Hey, Edward, welcome. No, it's that one there is the Easter cactus. That's why I'm propagating it. Yes, I made myself this here yesterday. Oh, I'm going to get up and show you guys. I got to get up. Okay. I can't wait to get back to my yoga, stretching, dancing, and moving around. I cannot stand sitting and laying down all the time. But yeah, I'm trying to make myself a cozy spot to do my readings. And I'm also trying to switch this tablet over to this one so that I can do my readings on this one. But I'm kind of locked out of like doing that with my channel right now because it's on there. And to do that, I need my Windows updated and all that. So anyways, it's all fuckery right now, a bunch of fuckery. So I try not to do too much of the reading right now because I don't want the tablet to stop working and then I'm blocked out of everything. So I'm just trying to take it easy with the readings right now. But yeah, this is what I did. I had this sponge and I'm going to make myself my own little couch eventually. But right now I just cut off the sponges to that size. Look, nice big size. And there's my kitty. Because that wasn't very comfortable to sit on for me. Like those, my chest, they weren't very comfortable to sit on, even with the sponge. So I thought I would make this. And I just put blankets on it. And I cut all the sponges and I just put them right on the floor. And I got my Marley blanket on there and my cushy cushions. So that's why when I do that reading, I'm going to be sitting here. And this is my table. And the angels, see, I'm supposed to do angel therapy, which I'm doing right now, angel therapy. And hello from heaven, see, like I said, our loved ones are always with us when we're not feeling good. You know that? Because like I'm not feeling the best right now. My back is hurting, and then my skin has been acting out too. And those two reasons why I haven't been doing my yoga and stretching: my skin and my pulled muscle. So I've been doing everything else, and then I went to the food truck or food. Yeah, there's like a food truck where you can go pick up food once a month. And so I went to that, and carrying that groceries up the stairs almost about killed me. So I don't know. I think I need to move like down the stairs or something. I don't know. I don't know if I need to move out of here. I need to move out of this apartment. I've been here for 7 years, and I only talk to one person in the building. And you know, and she's been here longer than me, the one I talked to. How you been doing? The tech world, it is taking us over. I know. I just like I some days I just feel like just throwing it all away, like the channel and everything, because of all the shit that's going on. And then you get, the stuff I don't even watch. I get been bombarded with like brain rot shit all over my YouTube channel. The people I'm subscribed to, they yes, they come on too at different times, but mostly it's like news junk and all this junk that I don't want to watch. And I keep saying I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this channel. And the same thing repeats itself. It's like, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter if you say you don't like it. They're still going to keep suggesting it to you. And I've been saying that, like, if they're all listening in, I've been sitting there talking to YouTube, like, to the screens. And I'm like, yeah, if you know me so well, then you would actually be putting stuff that actually going to help me for my life. And it's going to help me go forward in life. And it's going to give me the resources that I need to go forward in life, not keep giving me junk that bombardens my brain. Like, how am I supposed to become a calm, cool, collective healer if I keep seeing this crap? Like, I don't want to see it. Everything is so cruel lately. I know. It's just like, I even told myself I'm not going to turn on YouTube today. Like, I did watch like a reading, and then I watched. What else did I watch? I just went through this channels for a little bit, and I'm like, I'm not watching because every day, like, even though I'm sore, I don't even want to watch that because I just I like to do my own stuff. I don't like to watch things. I've never been a watcher. I like to be a doer. So if somebody inspires me to do, then I'll watch it to do. Not to repeat, not to copy, but to encourage me, because I see people are not, giving up yet because on technology, even though it's going still the way it is. That gives me hope when I see people keep going and keep on doing it, keep on uploading. And I've even seen some big YouTubers that are not getting the views they used to. You know what I mean? Like, even big YouTubers, and people almost have to do something dangerous to get their video to get views, right? Like, I followed this one guy, and like he always records all these things that he does, like as a shop and stuff like that. It's like masculine channel. And so, like, he had a video now that where they did a jump, like, with the thing, like they created like some kind of contraption, and then they with a motor and stuff, and then they went and did a big jump, right? But every single time it's like so. Anyways, I look at the danger of it. Like, if you have to be that dangerous to risk somebody's life from your channel to blow up, that's not, to me, it's not worth it. And every time they were doing that, I mean, it would have been cool if they were like, more protected with their head, because both times that the helmet flew off in the air before impact. So, like, how's the helmet going to protect that person? They obviously didn't put the helmet on properly. So yeah. Anyways, you have to do that kind of stuff to get your channel to get like views. I'm not gonna be doing things like that. I'm not a crash test dummy. I'm not a crash test dummy. Look at her. I don't like the way our society is taking this AI forward. I know, me neither. I don't know. I like real people with real wrinkles, and like, I don't wear makeup. You guys don't know that. I think people are attractive or not attractive according to their energy and their personality. That's the majority of my how I'm attracted to people, is by their personality, or their, like, their gusto to go, like, I mean, their will to go, their will, to keep on going, and not and having faith. And I like the people that, like, that don't just worry about the way they look. you know that was the first 7 years of my life, as a young adult, teenagers, well, young adult. I was 22 when I started doing that, and all fake life, and then home real life, and then fake life, and then home real life, back and forth. That was very confusing. Yeah, in 2004, I just like left that and then decided to just live normal life. And then that was hell. That was hell. Like, oh man, I went through hell. I went through more hell living a real life. Well, other people living a double life around me, like the person I was with. People are inside the skin. Well, yeah, I know. We are inside that skin. So, and yeah, and the more wrinkles we have, the longer we've, had stuff that we've learned, the more stuff we've already learned. And, once the wrinkles start like getting better and you start like helping that's when we start healing all the shit that we observed and absorbed and all that stuff. We absorb things from people. There's people that have demons attached to themselves, okay? And sometimes you don't know that until it's too late to like it's already past the time where it can harm you now, like you know about it now. Like I've been with someone that had a demon attached to him and I didn't know that. I've been with two people that had, one of them had a lot of demons. Those weren't mine. Those are not my demons. And so you got to be careful who you're with, in life. And I know, Wanda, I know you're already with someone, so, you know, you got each other's demons. uh, but no, like for real though, like people need to be honest when they date. Like for me, like need to be honest about like what you've, dabbled in and stuff like that in life. What your beliefs are. That's important when you're dating people, is to tell them what your beliefs are and stuff. That's like very important. So if I'm gonna date again, like, I want to know everything about the person. That's how I am nowadays. I want to know everything about the person. I want to make that judgment in the beginning before I'm in love and I don't think straight. You know what I mean? So I'd rather know the everything at the beginning, so then you avoid being hurt and you avoid hurting another person too. Be honest about everything at the beginning, and then you have nothing to worry about. Then everything should go smoothly if you're going to decide to do it with each other, be with each other. Skin is our curtain. Yeah, the veil is getting thin, isn't it? Lies are hard to prove. Exactly. Exactly. And then people just, I've noticed that, like if a man, you always have these little rules, like when you meet a man, you have these little rules like, oh, he better not cross this one boundary or else I'm done with them, right? Like everybody has like their boundary, right? That last straw, and then every time you have a different relationship, you have a different boundary. You're like, you got to add some shit in here because you never thought about that. So a man won't leave somebody if they don't like you. They won't leave you. They will just make your life a living hell until you leave. That I've known, that I've learned. So when a man starts treating you bad, he ain't loving you. It's time to walk away. Or else he thinks that either you like that treatment or he's just going to keep on going harder. Like if you like that treatment, he'll just go harder on that. My experiences in relationships. And then they'll ghost you. Yeah, they'll ghost you because they like you said, they can't remember their lie. So they can't tell you the truth because they can't remember their lie, what they told you last time. And if they tell you something different now, then you'll know it was a lie for sure. Anyways, I guess I'm getting closer to tell my story, and I don't think I'm missing anything by not telling my story. I just think that the right people will be there now and they'll be there later. So, like, my story is mostly like the stuff that I've endured and overcome, and I had no way to change things. I just had to function. Yeah. Anyways, I'm very afraid of relationships because of the true person behind the mask they put on when they meet you in the first year of your life together. It's a honeymoon. First year's a honeymoon. And in that honeymoon, you start talking about things, and then when things start going south, there's no point in sticking around after that. But then you don't want to be stuck either. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in this town now. I feel like I'm stuck for right now. And my angels do keep me going because they said, stay and create where you are, basically. So my ancestor angels, I was pulling the cards the other day, and I was contemplating of like planning on moving away from here. And it said, stay and create where you are. So that's what I'm doing. I'm staying and I'm creating where I am. I My opinion about Muslims is the same as my opinion about Christians or any other person. Don't go try to go change things in another, don't go try to go take over another person's country or another person's family. That's my opinion. If a family won't even like help their own family, there shouldn't be no other people that you know that are there to reap the rewards that were never theirs. Anyways, I'm not a racist person. I don't have nothing against nobody, and I think everybody should be able to practice their own religion, and um, and not force it on anyone, or and as long as people know what good and what bad means, and what good and what bad is, a religion shouldn't matter. It should matter what people act like. Their actions should matter more than what they say they believe. So if you're a Christian, then I need you to show me that you're a Christian, not just tell me. And showing me is being kind. Christian's supposed to be kind because Jesus's followers are supposed to be kind and not judge people for their downfalls. Because I believe in karma, and I believe that people that thrive on other people's downfalls, they will get their karma, and then they'll be like wondering why nobody's there. But yeah, I believe in karma. I don't agree with everything that they're doing over here. And then it's not every Muslim. It is just the ones that are pretty much in power, right? The same as any other people in our country. Like all the people in power are being real jerks and real cold and heartless people. All the people in power are being heartless. So I don't really like talking about that stuff because that's not going to make the people stronger. Us knowing that the government can only have so much control as people. The people outsource the government stuff, people and whatever, the people in power. Even though we may not have money, but we have lots more people. Okay, so there's a lot more people. So you should use people like as like your gold. Like people are gold. Like there are richness as people that don't have like the push the political power and stuff like that to change things and do things that are not for the highest good for anyone. So people, all of us people in whatever country you're in, should get together and say, "Hey, we outnumber those people with money. We outnumber them, and the people that don't have the money, they want to live off grid. They want to grow their own vegetables. They want to raise their own cattle. They want to raise their own chickens, and they should be allowed to do so. Nobody should control that, and they shouldn't try to poison us with food, and that should be very illegal. And how are we ever going to fight back if we don't stand up for each other? Even the small things. When you see somebody being treated wrong, stand up for them. I've always been that way. I've always stood up for people if I see them being treated wrong. And then we stick together. Because if it's not for our highest good, what is it? Then it is not a good thing. Like our bodies are rejecting the food that we're eating, and we end up with all kinds of diseases because of the food that we're eating, and there's poison in it. People used to think eating vegetables, you be healthy. Now, vegetables are grown with no soil, for one. That's how it started. They've grown with no soil. None of the nutrients of the earth is in there. None of the vegetables are from the earth. And now they're allowed to put all kinds of poison in our meats and even in our vegetables. Yeah, respect each other. And I don't believe in harming people or um, going after people. I believe that we never should like do that kind of stuff, like punish people, because that's not our job. Our job is to get along with each other, and if we don't, then don't go around those people, right? That's what we do. And so those people have learned, like even like children, people are like children. They're not allowed to play with each other unless they learned their lesson when they're fighting, right? We should treat adults more like children if they want to act like children. All right, you're not allowed to talk to each other until you can get along with each other. Or the way they used to do it is they locked them up in the room together. Have you ever been locked up in a room with your sibling until you got along? Hmm. Yeah, global warming. We are all in trouble if we don't care and clean the earth up. Exactly. I worked in greenhouses too, and that's how I know that none of our vegetables are grown in earth anymore. Hey, Fox, finding life. Much love from New Zealand. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I accept. Yeah, I've created my comfort zone, but I don't want to be in my comfort zone all the time. You know what I mean? Like my home is my home and it's my comfort zone. But I love to like appreciate it. I love to like leave it and then come home and appreciate it. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to go camping just to go out and rough it, and that keeps you, good if you ever had to, right? Like to do that every once in a while, to do those type of things. I've been wanting to go camping for so long and I haven't been able to because I don't want to go by myself. I'm not a person that will go by myself. And especially the way the world is now and all the stuff that's out there. I'd rather have somebody else with me. So I want to go camping. I want to do try a lot of things. I want to try camping and like making a tent from the just saran wrap. I want to try that. So if anybody wants to try that with me, make a tent out of saran wrap. You have to supply half the saran wrap. A lot of saran wrap to make a tent and see if you can stay warm in the wintertime overnight in a tent like that. That would be cool to do. And that'd be cool for the channel too, like to show you guys something like that. That's what I want to do is like show you guys cool things. I don't want to sit in here in my house and just plant plants. That's not what I want to do. That's what this channel is not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a lot of things. Like learning foods that could help you survive, like, or like in the hard times. Like I grew up with seven of us, and then our parents, they worked for their own selves. And so there was never a lot of money, but we always made it by. My dad was a mechanic. He learned on his own. And then mom helped him with mechanics. And then also they did other things. Like my mom sewed a lot of clothes. My mom made a lot of, she was a seamstress. And she was also a midwife. So they did things a certain way, that was different life. It was like um, a different Rome, as you say. Like they said, they did a study and they said that like different countries, what time in year they living in, what year they're living in, right? So when I was in Mexico growing up as a child, I was growing up in the 40th century compared to things here. It would have been like the 40th century, and here was like the 90s. You know what I mean? That's how far back Mexico was. Mennonite Mexico was like the German communities were compared to Canada, and even the Spanish communities too, because everything was built in like cool little huts, like they had cool huts and like little buildings, like with just a couple rooms and nice beautiful fireplace and just like very like simple living. Yeah, it was that part I miss about like that life. And then coming here, it was like culture change. Like it was like culture shock. Like you're in a whole new country, you're living a whole new world. And I can understand that with a lot of people that come here, like a lot of the nurses that come here. They work 90% of the time, like, and the rest of the time they're sleeping. And so, like, they don't really have like a lot of social life. They get like their odd weekend off and then they go and do something really cool, which I'd like to go do something really cool. I never get time off. But I always feel like I never leave my job because my studio is in my house. I don't want to live where my studio is. So I want to go on the road and explore the world and explore life while I still can, you know. And now I have the freedom of like traveling for a couple days. Like I have somebody in the building that would like my new landlords are really awesome. I had to live here with the Mormon landlords for like 7 years, and then we got new landlords. They're a lot different. They're not trying to push their religion on us. Um, anyways, she said she would check on my kitties if I went on vacation. So I just got the cats, and they just basically need someone to come and check on them, give them food and water, and do their litter for them, and that's it. They're very simple to take care of. I would make sure if I left for a week or whatever, I would make sure that I watered all my plants. I would make sure that I put out a lot of food and stuff for the kitty cats, and make sure that both of their litter boxes were full of litter and clean when I left, and then ask somebody to come and do it at least. I do my litter every day, kid litter every day, but even if they did it like every second day or something like that. And then obviously I would give them something for doing that or do something really great for them. You know what I mean? It's about helping each other out and doing things for each other. Like if she needs me to like do something in the building, I can do that for her. Because she just had a baby too. So she just had a new baby and first one. So if I can do anything for her, I'd do it for her too. But yeah, thanks for chatting with me, guys. I've been in for an hour, and the hour didn't even feel that long. And I was like, I wonder if anybody's even going to come on here because I don't really have a lot of friends on YouTube anymore. A lot of people have dropped off of YouTube, and I hope it's for a good reason. I hope it's because they're living their life and they're happy, and I hope that's the reason. Um, but I used to follow a lot of people that I don't see them uploading anymore. But hopefully they're all okay. And prayers to Jamaica and the hurricane that happened there, and everywhere else that's had tragedies happen lately. Prayers to them all, and I'm just being grateful for everything I have, and for being able to survive, even though I don't have a car, being able to survive and on living alone right now with the rent prices that are going on. So I'm just grateful that I still have my apartment and I'm alone. Like financially it'd be a great benefit if I got a roommate, but it'd have to be someone that's not like a crazy, I don't know. Like it's a small place, you know what I mean? So I'd like somebody calm like me. But if they're being wild, it's for good reason, you know what I mean? If they're being like loud, it's for good reason. It's good loudness, you know what I mean? I don't want nobody to cause drama in my home. I like peace. So yeah, I'd welcome somebody like that into my home and share this apartment with someone, and hopefully they can they either a YouTuber or content creator, or or they don't bother me. Because like when I do my content creation, like I need my like space unless someone's gonna help me, right? Like I need my space, and like I always upload different times. I'm not very scheduled, but I would like to have like somebody to schedule me. You know what I mean? And then me really figuring out what is the most beneficial videos to upload. Um, and that's something that's doable for me. And also with the readings, like I'd like to at least keep up with the moon readings, like the full moon, the new moon readings. And maybe I'd like a monthly energy check-in on everybody, and then maybe like a love check-in on couple relationship readings for all the signs. I'd like those are like the main ones that I'd like to keep doing readings with, like because I think those are the most helpful ones. And then obviously angel messages every day. That's something I started and then I kind of stopped because like I said, I trying to save that tablet until I can switch it over to this tablet, so then I can go on all the time and have the good tablet to do that. But yeah, so the moon readings, full moon, new moon reading, and like sometimes ancestor messages whenever I feel like your ancestors really want you to know something. When I feel a lot of pressure to bring it out, like I do with this 333 reading, I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's personal. I don't know if it's collective. I really don't know. But I think it could be both because I keep seeing it. I have 3 times in a row. I saw 333, and there's 3 in the chat right now, and 3 likes. So like I saw 3 a.m. 3 days in a row, and like my sleeping has gone from like where I would get up around 11 o'clock in the daytime until and I'd go to sleep at a decent time around 2 o'clock in the morning. But now my sleep has kind of gone the opposite again because of the weather change and the darkness and all that's going on. But I was keep seeing the 333, and then it means that there's powerful changes happening, and that's what the readings have been saying too, is that powerful changes are happening. But sometimes when you're like in the storm, you don't see it until after the storm has passed, and then you know what you have actually created. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know why everything's happening, but it's happening for a reason. And then later it's like, oh, that's what it is. And you just, and as long as you follow what you're guided to do, then I think everything should be fine. And I do want to do that 333 reading, but I just don't haven't figured out what cards to use. Like, I want to make sure that whatever that is trying to tell us, that it's going to be so accurate that so many people will benefit from it, and it's going to blow up my channel. No, just kidding. But no, I really do believe that it's something very powerful. And also I've read that I looked some of that up, and spiritual meaning that you are on the right path. If you're questioning it a lot, like I've been, um, like doubting yourself and stuff like that, this is confirmation that you are on your right path and not to doubt yourself. And so that's what I'm taking from it as far as now, until I'm really kind of like pushed to do the reading. Off the crack. Okay, then but you better get off the crack then. Just because you don't understand something that somebody's talking about, your little mind doesn't understand, doesn't mean we need your opinion. And I should have made it for subscribers only, but I don't really think about that. Yeah, working together does more, and that's why I like to do the collective readings, because I do feel like that it's calling in my collective people, like my spiritual sisters out there, my spiritual brothers out there that really are on the path of just like bringing love and helping heal the collective mind, because we need each other right now. And I've known that what I'm doing is going to be beneficial in the changing of times. And like I said already about the AI earlier, that people are going to need more prayers. People are going to need more help with keeping their minds straight when AI is trying to mess with your mind through telepathy, because they can get to your mind if you're not aware of it. So people better start waking up. Like that person just had that negative comment. And it's somebody like that, they must know what crack does to them if that's the opinion that they have, right? Well, I've never touched a shit in my life. So I don't know what you're talking about. You must be talking about personal experiences. And I'm sorry, but you're not part of my tribe, because I don't really deal with that. I don't really deal with crack or tweakers or any of that. I'm a very logic person. I'm triple air sign, which means that when I speak about something like that, I am not afraid to speak it, and it's logic. It's like I can prove these things. So a little comment from a little twerk doesn't matter. As a hater, it's probably somebody that had like, did something really bad on their channel, and and then they got karma for it, and now they're hating on everybody. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I love you all so much. Energy wise, I send you positive energy, positive mindset. Um, let doubt dissolve with the last full moon of Taurus, which is very stubborn, right? Like that last full moon was a very stubborn full moon. So a lot of us, we have a hard time letting go of things. So that's what we need to do still. Some of us, we still have some remnants of letting go of things. Letting go, let God, like I always say, right? All right, guys, thanks for being here. And just go with the flow and do what's best for your family and you, first and foremost. All right, God bless everybody. Bye, y'all.